So Jim wanted me to respond to this, and I think I will.
You have sex with me. Like, I really love it because sex is really awesome. You know, like that's okay. We know that, gang. It's like we can admit that, whatever.
Okay, that's the buildup. I have to let me push this up to where he said 57 is where he wanted me to hit it, and I looked at this morning when I was having breakfast. So just so you know, I am prepared.
Be okay without you. They need you, and maybe that's one of the reasons why we're having such fucking trouble in society right now with marriages. Is like, your wife's not allowed to need you anymore. Like, if she needs you, she's doing something wrong. She's not a boss babe. She's not a girl boss. Like, and there's something about, like, when someone needs you that it makes you feel like, oh no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be heroic. Like, I'm going to rise to the occasion. Like, one of the things I love about being a man is, like, providing. I see that as a fucking gift. Yeah, I can do this. I can go out into the world and bend it to my will. And then I can bring that home and take care of the people I love. And I'm fucking proud of that.
It's part of being a man.
It's the best part of being a man. I embrace that. I welcome it. Like, I want to put the women and kids to bed and go out looking for dinner, you know, and bring it home. Like, that's what I want to do. And then I want you to prepare it. And I want you to greet me with warmth and gratitude.
Okay. So I watched a good section. There's more to this. I'll continue here in just a minute. I just wanted to stop it right there because a lot of the stuff that he's getting into, I mean, obviously I've gotten into this in my books in the past. In particular, there's one area that he gets into here a little bit later that is, I'm going to say it's verbatim, but it's pretty close to what I wrote about in my book, Religion. And I tried my level best to make this happen on the Dr. Phil show. But when I said that men were superfluous, this would have been a really good buildup here, because men need to be needed. And why does it say, well, they're just insecure. They want to be needed. Wouldn't they want to be wanted? But I want a man. I don't need a man. No, women actually need men, but they don't believe that they need men. And again, I'm kind of glad I'm getting to this right now, because it kind of goes hand in hand with what I was talking about with the regulated sexual marketplace versus the assortative, the unregulated versus regulated. Okay. Because in both of those models, it denies male nature. And male nature is this: we are problem solvers. We have always been problem solvers. Men are more interested in things. Women are more interested in people. This is an innate, well-studied fact. Okay. Women tend to be more emotional. Men tend to be more empirical. We prioritize reason. Women prioritize emotion. I'm not making a judgment call. If I am, it's because we have prioritized emotion as the way we have decided collectively or whatever to organize society. When I said, how do women organize society? It's through emotion. It's emotionalism. That you look no further than emotionalism. What feels good? I'm a 10. You're a 10. Everybody's a 10. We all feel good. Well, if we can make a rational, empirical, reasonable, dynamic concept an emotional concept, then everybody wins. No, they don't. That's how you get like gender athletes dominating female sports. Because empirically speaking, you're still talking about a man who's going to come in and dominate that sport because he's masculine. He's a man. He's got a greater upper body strength. So you're going to have the number 437th male swimmer be the number one female swimmer in the female division, because you wanted it to feel good. You want everybody to believe that men and women are just the same. And if that's the case, then guess what? Those men get to identify as females, and they get to come into your sport and they get to fuck things up. Because it's unfair, because no woman is ever going to be able to compete on a physical level, at least on that athletic level like that. It's not going to be able to compete on a physical level in this to the same degree, in the same frequency, and to the same levels of strength as a man is going to. And most logical, well-meaning, well-rounded, healthy thinking women understand this. And if they don't, they soon find out when that man actually dominates and breaks their jaw in Olympic boxing. So really what we're looking at here is we're looking at what is male nature and what's female nature. And he's kind of getting to this, like maybe in a roundabout way. I probably would have gone about this differently, but men need to be needed. Why? Because we're problem solvers. And as I said before, I mentioned this in my fourth book, in religion, that all of our frontiers are gone. You want to know why guys get so addicted to like pornography and escapisms and their sedations? It's because there's no more frontiers to explore. There's nothing new to figure out. You want to know why like very immersive video games like Space Marine 2 are so seductive or so become a form of sedation for guys, is because we still crave wanting to be Conan the fucking barbarian. We want to be able to like sail across the sea to find the new land. I've been watching Black Sails recently. It's actually been pretty good. I have a few gripes about it, but other than that, it's been a pretty good thing. And I started watching it because as I've said on Access Vegas, the last audiobook I listened to was Pirate Latitudes by Michael Crichton, which is based on true stories. It's not a true story, but it is based on real characters, real incidents, and it's a true story, right? And I thought about this and I go, you know what? That was a time where you could get on a boat or a ship and sail across the Atlantic, and you would find a new frontier and a new land to explore. There was new things to see. There was new worlds to conquer. There was new colonies to make, right? There was new shit. There was something to explore and something to do. Now there's nothing. And so that's why we make simulations of this. I think I mentioned this on the last show, like when I was talking about Alien, right? Or the new Alien movie. The reason why it's so popular is because it induces fear. Because we don't have much, there's no new frontiers to induce fear today. So we simulate that with a horror movie, or we simulate sex and with pornography. We don't have to hunt it down. We don't have to do anything for it. It just shows up in our screen and we jerk one out and we go back to whatever the fuck we were doing, right? And so there's no new frontiers. Men need problems to solve. We need empires to build. We need walls to build. We need cathedrals to build. We need castles to build. We need new lands to explore. We need new ways to conquer. We need new things, new problems to solve. As Jim is saying, I want to go out, and this is a male impulse. There's no more uniquely male impulse. He's putting words to this, to a very sort of rudimentary, evolved, like, sort of gut felt need to do these things. Why? Because that's what we evolved for. And that's part of being empirical about that. Well, you shouldn't feel that. Well, fuck you and fuck your feelings. This is what I feel like I need to fucking do. Why would men's need to feel needed or to have a problem to solve be any less valuable than women's needs? I hate that shit. I absolutely hate the idea of needs right now. Particularly when it comes to women. Like, he doesn't meet my needs. Well, fuck you and fuck your needs. Are you meeting his needs? Why is your needs take priority over his? Because that's the way it's supposed to be, right?